What's good, my lovely peoples? It's your main man, Solace here, the humble wise one. Today I want to do this video discussing polygamy. Now, before I go into the video, I don't want anyone to get overly emotionally invested into this conversation because I don't care about this that much. People are going to do what they want, and people are going to take advantage of the life in any way they can. So if something in the life allows something to take advantage of it, so shall it be. So I don't want to get into a debate or an argument about it. It's a simple thing. If it pertains to knowledge, then I'll discuss it. So this is why I'm discussing it. Now, you do have people who are involved in certain situations like polygamy, and they truly don't know if it's right or wrong. And it's a simple thing. In order for you to know if a thing is right or wrong, it is not up to someone to tell you. So I can't tell you if polygamy is right or wrong. All I can do is give you an unbiased perspective of it. And then you have to just know for yourself if a thing is fair or good or what. So I want to go ahead and get into this video. Now, is polygamy right or wrong? As I said, I can't say. Now, all I can say is this. A woman and a man are equal halves to a whole. So a man should complete a woman and a woman should complete a man. And this would be the perfect union. Now, everyone should know that. Now, let's say a man has 4 wives. So all you have to do now is look at the psychology behind it. If a man has 4 wives, then he must not view one as enough or a fulfillment to his half. Therefore, 3 others are needed. And in that, those 4 wives are equal to 1. So this would be the subconscious of the man who has 4 wives. Now, I'm only discussing men because there's very few women who have more than one husband. This is usually a man's thing, polygamy. So I'm just going to keep it pertaining to men. But this would be the psychology of a man who has 4 wives. And the thing would be to look at the wives, and they would have to ask themselves, why do they accept that? Because it's a simple thing. If a man has 4 wives, then he doesn't view each wife as a whole half to his half. So let's say if he has 4 wives, well, then you can say he views each wife as 25% worthy of his half. And it's a deep thing you have to grasp. Because in him getting 25% of whatever it is he desires from one wife, and 25% from the other, and 25% from the other, and 25% from the last one, in him getting what completes him out of the 4, meaning he gets 25% from each, and this completes him. But it's a deep thing you have to grasp, because the 75% from each woman that's left over, he has to take that too. So it's a deep thing you have to grasp. You can't cheat the life. It's a deep but simple thing we have to grasp. A man can have more than one wife if he chooses. There's nothing in the life that could truly stop him. But you can't cheat the life. See, a man can find a woman that completes him, and she's an equal half to his half. Or a man can get a bunch of wives and make them his complete. But in that, he's not finding true love or his true soulmate, because it's divided amongst 4 women. So it's a deep thing you have to grasp. Now, you get 25% out of each woman that you like. But the 75% that you don't like in each of the women, it's still there. You have to deal with that still. So you can't cheat the life. So no one needs to argue with me and try to convince me that polygamy is right. You have to convince yourself that it's right. So if you're a woman in a polygamous relationship, don't convince me that it's right. Convince yourself why you accept being viewed in that way. Because you can't avoid that. It's a simple thing. It's not like a man has 4 wives and each wife has 4 husbands. It's never like that. That would be crazy chaos. So you have to grasp, why do you accept what you accept? And it's a deep thing. Polygamy all boils down to this: insecure people and overly secure people. And that's basically polygamy. If a man has 4 wives, he's overly secure and they're insecure because they accept it. So it's a simple, deep thing. It's like pimping. The psychology of polygamy is no different than pimping. The only difference is a man who's in a polygamous relationship, he keeps the hoes to himself. So a pimp gives his hoes out in exchange for money. And a brother who's in a polygamous relationship, he keeps all the women for himself. So it's a deep thing y'all have to grasp. A lot of women, they reaching for consciousness and all these things, and they with these brothers, and they're pretty much being brainwashed in nothing different than a prostitute and a pimp thing. It's the same things happening, just in a different environment. But it's still the same emotional abuse. And it's a deep thing we have to grasp. A prostitute that has a pimp is going through the same things as a wife of a man who has more than one wife. It's all emotional abuse and physical, because most of them get beat up. So it's a deep thing we have to grasp. Fair is fair and unfair is unfair. If you let someone play on your psyche and make you think something that is not fair is fair, then you only have yourself to blame, and you have to save yourself, and you have to be wise. And it's a simple, deep thing we have to grasp. And there's a lot of women getting beat up out here, and it's a deep thing. It's a sad thing. It's your main man, Solace.